but I don't speak so well. Today's presentation will be a bit serious. I hope it will be useful, so it will be easier for me to speak in English.
Okay.
If it's okay for everybody.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. I actually add notification that it will be in English, so people are aware of that and feel comfortable to speak English. I mean, for time being, at the beginning, I start with Lithuanian language, just explain a bit, and then we move on with the presentation. So, super. So, welcome to. Ir anglų kalba įsijungia automatiškai. Tai sveiki, prisijungia 25-as Dirbtinio intelekto klubo susitikimas. Tikiu, jau nekartą matėt, nekartą girdėjot, aš šiandien labai su ta pradinė įžanga neįsiplėsiu, nes tikiu, kad tiem, kas ne pirmą kartą dalyvauja, jau nusibodo tą patį girdėti ir klausyti. Tiem, kas pirmą kartą pasižiūrėkite, tikrai vieną iš mūsų ankstesnių įrašų, tikrai yra labai įdomių pranešimų ir labai stiprių, visi jie vienaip ar kitaip įdomus, bet galbūt vieniem aktualesnės vienos temos, kitiem aktualesnės kitos temos, tai yra mūsų YouTube kanalas ir galėsite pasižiūrėti šiek tiek daugiau ir apie mus, kas mes esam, ką darom. Tai šiandien dienos tema, džiaugiamės, kad Emilis rado laiko ir pristatyti ir papasakoti apie privačius AI modelius. Iš tikrųjų, su Emiliu turėjau pažinti pakankamai senai, mes susiturdavom viename kitame renginyje, būtent startuolių renginiuose, ir Emilis prieš kelias savaitės renginėje sutiktam papasakojo, kad yra visiškai naujame projekte, tai jisai gal pat daugiau įsiplėsti papasako šitoj srity, kas tai, kur ir kaip, na ir tikiuosi bus naudinga ir galėsim pasisemti šio to naujo. Pirmą kartą susitikimo tema bus anglų kalba, tai šiek tiek ir mes turime pokyčių. Bet tikiuosi, kad viskas bus gerai ir turėsime produktyvų ir gerą laiką, kuris bus suprantamas visiems. Tai pranešimas bus rašomas, įrašą galėsite pasižiūrėti mūsų YouTube kanale, tai yra toks YouTube kanalas, jeigu dar nežinot, ir čia paskui bus QR kodukas, mes jį taip pat visai nesenai sužinojau, kad turinys, kuris keliamas, kol nėra 100 followerių YouTube kanale, jisai nėra įtrauktas ir nėra indeksuojamas, tai šiuo atveju aš irgi labai paraginsiu ir paprašysiu jūsų visų paspausite tą subscribe ar like, kad tas mūsų kanalas pasiektų 100, dabar turim ten 80, jei neklystų, subscriberių, tai jeigu pasieksime 100, tas turinys natūraliai pradės indeksuojamas būtų ir turėtų pasiekti geresnį ryšį. Na, natūralu, tada mes daugiau turėsime dalyvių, daugiau turėsime ir pašnekovų, daugiau turėsime ir žmonių, kurie matys ir žinos, kad toks dalykas yra. Tai patys susitikimą organizuoja verslių žmonių asociacija, mes čia vienas iš mūsų renginukų dirbam su pagrindas su inovatyviai mąstančiais verslais. Mūsų kaip idėja ir tikslas ir misija dabar yra jungti tos inovatyvius sprendimus, inovatyvių verslų kūrėjus, kurie yra vėlgi Lietuvoje, galbūt ne visai kiti sprendimai ateina ir iš užsienio šalių, bet tie verslai, kurie ieško proveržio, tie verslai, kurie ieško idėjų, kaip gali pritaikyti tos sprendimus, tai yra viena iš mūsų misijų. Na, Dirbtinio intelekto klubas, jisai yra tas bendruomeninis renginys, kur mes pamatėm poreikį, supratom, kad mums patiems ta informacija įdomi, aktuali ir labai smagu matyti, kad tikrai lietuviai yra sukūrusių labai nemažai labai įdomių sprendimų ir žmonės, kurie domisi tiesiog dirbtiniu intelektu, tai vėlgi nėra vien tik tai verslo orientuotas renginys, bet tai yra bendruomenė, kur mes visi kartu dalinamės, keičiamės informaciją ir šitam labai greitai besikeičiančiame pasaulyje bandome neatsilikti, gal net užbėgti į priekį ir tą mūsų informaciją dalintis, keistis ir judėti į priekį. Na, o mes kaip asociacija, organizacija turime įsikėlę tikslą 50% automatizuoti savo veiklą, tai ties tuo dirbame ir labai džiaugiamės, kad mūsų partneris yra AI Masters Apps, turime ir Martyną čia įkūrėją šito sprendimo ir šitos įmonės, tai iš tikrųjų tai viena iš tų dedamųjų padedanti pasiekti mums šitą tikslą. Martynai, gal tu norėtum trumpai papasakoti šiek tiek plačiau, nes tu pats ko gero galėsi geriausiai.
Taip, gerai, ačiū Davidai už žodį. Tai trumpai, AI Masters Apps tai yra verslo įrankių rinkinys, kai reikia greitai pasikurti kažkokį naują verslą, visą laiką mums reikia ar kažkokios tai formos, ar svetainės, ar pasidėti kur nors tuos lydus į CRM, ar juos susekti, kaip jie tenai eina pipeline'u tuo sales vadinamu ir panašiai, ar kažką labai greitai susivaipkodinti, ar pasileisti kokį voice agentuką, ar chatbotą į savo svetainę, ar voice agentą ir panašiai, ar galų galia QR kodą susikurti, invoice tai išsirašyti ir ten dar daug visokių kitų dalykų. Yra maždaug apie 70 svarbiausių įrankių, ko reikia skaitmeniniam verslui, ne tik skaitmeniniam, bet dažniausiai pritaikomas skaitmeniniam. Yra ir kalendoriai, galite savo bookingą pasileisti, jeigu kokią NT prekybą arba nuomojate nekilnojamą turtą, tai savo galite turėti atskirą portaliuką su kalendoriais ir savo visų inventorium ir panašiai. Ir visą tai dar yra po vienu stogu, todėl duomenys labai lengvai suvažinėja, todėl galite pasileisti įvairias automatizacijas, bet kurio metu, kai kažkas tai tik įvyksta jūsų sistemoje. Jeigu norite tai pasidaryti turėdami 70 atskirų įrankių, jeigu jau bandėte, tai žinote, kas tai per košmaras, aš tai dariau labai daug metų ir ieškojau kažko po vienu stogu. Aš nesakau, kad nenaudoju išorinių dar sistemų, yra, bet jų mažiau ir tiesiog daug greičiau pasidaryti tai, ką dažniausiai reikia pasidaryti verslui pačioj pradžioje. Tai tiek.
Ačiū, Martynai. Na, o jūs taip pat, jeigu turime veiklių verslių žmonių, kurie yra sukūrę sprendimus, būtent orientuotus daugiau į verslą ir nori pasiūlyti juos, nori būti matomi, nori būti pasiekiami ir girdimi su tais sprendimais, tai labai kviečiu jūs susisiekti su mumis, nes, kaip minėjau, čia viena iš mūsų tų pagrindinių misijų, kad jungti tuos sprendimus su verslais, kuriems tai aktualu ir jie gali tai pritaikyti. Taip, dabar, kas atsimena, dalyvavot praeitą savaitę, buvo balsavimas, tai vėlgi, sakėm, tiesiog organizuokime Vilniuje gyvą susitikimą vasarą, birželio mėnesį, labai randam, aš suprantu, trūksta tos informacijos, kada, kur ir kaip, bet tiesiog pasižiūrėti, ar bendruomenė būtų aktualu, ar būtų įdomu, tai turime 15 žmonių, kurie išreiškia norą, nes, ko gero, išreiškia norą, tai tie, kas planuoja, ar bent šiek tiek svarsto, čia, aišku, labai svarbu aplinkybės, laikas ir taip toliau, bet tas susidomėjimas yra, tai gal ir pasižiūrėsim kažką. Tai jeigu esate iš Vilniaus, jeigu norit prisidėti prie organizavimo, nes čia tikriausiai daugiausiai tas toks logistinis klausimas surinkti, informuoti ir visą kitą, tai labai kviečiu tą padaryti, brūkštelkite ar chat'e, ar susisiekite su manim ir galim pagalvoti, kaip tą išspręsti ir, birželio mėnesį, kurį nors vasarą susiburti kažkokioje vietoje, tiesiog prie bokalo nealkoholinio alaus ar prie kažkokio kito gėrimo ir bendrauti. Taip, tai kaip minėjau, mūsų YouTube kanalas, klubo WhatsApp YouTube kanalas, čia biškai klaidelė, bet klubo YouTube kanalas tai yra QR kodukas dešiniai pusėje, jeigu nesunku jums, tai labai norėčiau paprašyti, kad paspaustumėte tą subscribe mygtuką, vėlgi norim pasiekti tą 100 žmonių, kad tas turinys būtų indeksuojamas ir pasižiūrėsim, galbūt dar platesnė auditorija galės pamatyti šitą turinį. Klubo naujienlaiškį, kaip Martynas ir minėjo, mes AI Masters app pradėjom, vienas pirmųjų mūsų pritaikymo variantų, tai buvo naujienlaiškių siuntimui. Tai iš tikrųjų tas pats procesas ir dabar, jeigu esate narys ir gaunate tos naujienlaiškius, kurie išvažiuoja kiekvieną penktadienį, tai jie yra siunčiami ir administruojami ir valdomi per AI Masters apps, tai iš tikrųjų man paliko įspūdį kaip paprastas labai setupas ir ta sistema, kur tiesiog nereikia tau sukti per daug galvos, HTML kodą įkeli ir jisai labai gražiai išvažiuoja ir visas vartotojų valdymas lygiai taip pat toje panelėje yra. Messengerio grupės pagal temas, chatai šiek tiek aplėtėja, tai jeigu turit kažkokią temą, galite ten susisiekti ir pasikomunikuoti vienai per kitaip, bet manau vis tiek aktualiam klausimui užduoti tai tikrai patogi vieta, o kitos savaitės tema dar laukiam patvirtinimo, laukia įdomus svečias iš tikrųjų, jeigu viskas gerai pavyks jam susidėlioti ir visą kitą, tai bus paskelbtas netrukus, tai paliksiu šiek tiek intrigos, nes dar paskutinį tą užtvirtinti tokį etapą norėtųsi. Tai va, tai Tai trumpai tiek, dar čia dėl to naujienlaiškio, jeigu kas nesate susubscribinę, yra QR kodukas, galite tai padaryti, ten Google formą kol kas, supaprastinsiu ją, kai turėsim šiek tiek daugiau laiko ir čia tiesiog prisubscribinę, nes mes kas savaitę išsiunčiam tas klubo naujienas apie ateinančius susitikimus, praėjusius susitikimo įrašai ir kita aktuali informacija dirbtinio intelekto temomis, kurias mes matome, kad potencialiai galėtų būti įdomu ir aktualu. Tai va, tai trumpai tiek, dabartis aš jau baigiu savo tą prezentacinę dalį, tai labai kviečiu jūs visus, kas esate čia, galbūt pirmą kartą esate, turite klausimą, ar turite kažkokią įdomią pastabą, ar tiesiog norite pasidalinti ir prisistatyti, pasinaudoti šitą progą. Ir tiesiog pakelkite ten tą rankelę, paspauskite žalią mygtuką apačioj ir tada turėsime kelias minutės prisistatyti prieš Emilio pradžią. Ar prisistatyti, ar pasidalinti kažko, ar užduoti klausimą. Čia kaip visada tikriausiai ta pradžia sudėtinga man. Martynai, tu ten labai gerai moki, žinai, pačiai pradžioje.
Aš nenorėjau, žinai, bet jeigu reikia, tai galiu užvesti visus. Ir šiaip, kodėl prisistatymas yra geras dalykas, nes iš tikrųjų mes vienas apie kitą labai nedaug žinom, gal su kai kuriais aš pasimatau penktadieniais, be penktadieniais mes irgi darom susitikimus rytais, tai yra, aš vedu tokius DIA, tai yra dirbtinio intelekto automatizacijos bendruomenės susitikimus, kur mes labiau kalbam, tarkim, daugiau galbūt į techninę pusę linkstame ir dalinamės tai, ką pavyko, ko nepavyko automatizuotis. Tai čia viena iš tų temų, pats automatizuoju procesus jau 26 metai, tai daug kažkada tai kūrėmės įrankius ir dar vis kartais grįžtu prie to pačio, kad vietoj to, kad paieškot, gal jau to kažkas tai yra sukurta, vis kažką savo pasidarau. Šiandien kaip tik baiginėjau prezentaciją, nes kitą savaitę, gale savaitės būsiu Madride, skaitysiu pranešimą Lietuvos Madrido profesionalam, man atrodo, yra tokia kita bendruomenė, tai būtent apie komunikaciją. Beje, jeigu kažkas dabar dirbat su komunikacija ar bandote automatizuotis ir galvojate, kaip čia dabar man ten kitą kampą paimti ir panašiai, ir būtent lietuvių kalba, jeigu bandotės, tai susisiekit su manim, sukūręs tokį džipituką, kuris sugeneruoja tam tikras taisyklės specifiniai auditorijai, kurią jūs norite komunikuoti, kas jūs toks esate, ir aš, pavyzdžiui, bandausi Gen Z auditorijai pataikyti ir pasižiūrėti, nes aš neįsivaizduoju, kaip reikia komunikuoti, bet labai įdomiai susidėlioja tam tikras skillsas, kaip komunikuoti, kuriam kanale ir taip toliau. Tai va, aš tokį paruošęs skillso generatorių, tai man įdomu, kaip kas jį pritaikytų ir duotų šiek tiek feedbacko, ar pavyksta kažką susigeneruoti jau naudojant tą skillsą, paruoštą jum ir panašiai. Tai prašom susisiekti, su mielu noru pasidalinsiu ir išklausysiu, kokie buvo rezultatai.
Ačiū, Martynai. Kas nebuvote praeitą savaitę, labai rekomenduoju pasižiūrėti Gedo pristatymą. Matau, Gedas yra prisijungęs, tik tai nežinau, ar jisai yra aktyvus dabar pasiekiamas, bet rekomenduoju pasižiūrėti įrašą. Tikrai labai įdomiai papasakojo apie patį turinio, vizualinio turinio generavimą ir kūrimą. Tai didelės rekomendacijos. Matau, ir Donatas prisijungęs. Donatai, labas, ar esi?
Labas, čia mane.
Pakalbinsiu tave šiek tiek, kadangi su Donatu mes šitai būna vakarais, susirašom kokią 9-10 vakare, abu su Lovo bulkūrėme tam puslapius ir darome vienokius ir kitokius projektėlius, tai pasidalinam šiek tiek nuoskaudom ir bėdom, nes kaip su tuo Lovo, kaip sekasi projektais pačiam.
Bandau dabar shopą padaryti su Shopify'um, bet truputį laikos tokia, tai tokius rėmus susimečiau, neprieinu, bet šiaip atrodo neblogai iš tikrųjų, nes susijungia visas prekės iš Shopify'us, eina visas valdymas, mokėjimai. Žodžiu, Lovable tik tai toks frontendas, dizainas, o viskas backendas yra Shopify'us.
Aš buvau kiek skeptiškas, kaip pasakėjai, kad kursi Shopify'inį shopą su Lovable, neteko asmeniškai daryti iš viso shopą, bet smagu girdėti, kad vėlgi
Tai aš irgi bandymo būdas, nežinau, kas gausis, nes irgi pradžių bijau dėl SEO, bet aš mačiau dabar čia išėjo update'as kažkoks global dėl SEO pataisymų, tai gal padės to klausimu, bet irgi taip mokymus tikslai, sakau, pabandyčiau, nesigaus čia kažkoks nelabai didelis projektas, bet pakankamai neblogai. Kaip pradžių irgi labai čia GPT padaro dizainą su image 2.0, parašai promptą ir įmeti laubalą ir gaunas labai fainiai.
Aš lygiai taip pat pradžioj su ChatGPT strateguoju ir kalbuosi, kaip padaryti tą visą turinį, tada, kad, lovų paduodė galutinį promptą rezultatą kažkokį. Tai super. Lauksim įgyvendinto projektą.
Jo, ir tiesiog laikas to, ką dabar pastaruoju metu nebeprieinu visai, bet vėliau gal atsiras truputį laiko, tai bandysiu ten grįžti.
Super. Ačiū tau. Taip pat man asmeniškai, kadangi pradėjau visai nesenai su kodeksu darbuotis, iš tikrųjų paliko labai gerą įspūdį. Neprisėdau prie klaudo pajungimo, bet kodeksą naudot pradėjau ir būtų labai įdomu, jeigu turėtume bendruomenį žmogų, net čia mano asmeninė nuomonė, pakviesti kaip svečią, pasakot, pasidalinti šią temą. Liukai, žinau, kad Martynas tu minėjai, bet šiuo metu tas užimtumas pas tave tikrai didelis, tai galbūt ateičiai, bet jeigu turime žmonių, kas dirba su kodeksu, nereikia būti profesionalams. Tiesiog ateikit, pasidalinkite, skirkite tą 45 minutės, tai, kaip sako, patirties perliukais, kurie galbūt padės vieniem kitiems sutaupyti šiek tiek laiko ir pritaikyti praktiškiau ir geriau. Labas, Dariau.
Labas visiems.
Labas.
Norėčiau irgi prisistatyti. Darius, biški verslininkas, biški tampu programuotojų. Bet iš tikrųjų aš tai asmeniškai bandžiau vieną, kitą, trečią ir užstrigau ant coworko. Aišku, galbūt čia kiti geresnių rado įrankių, bet aš negaliu atsistebėti jo galimybėm ir iš esmės aš jam tik tai sugalvoju idėją, pasakau, ką daryti, jisai daro. Jeigu ten reikia kažką, tai nežinau, kažkokius nustatymus, kažkur prisijungti, kažką padaryti, liepiu jam daryk pats, sakau, jisai pats pasileidžia Chromą, ten nueina, sumaigo viską, padaro visus etapus, viską. Aš nežinau, iš tikrųjų viską leidžiu daryti, gali būti, kad prisižaisiu čia vieną dieną. Bet šiam momentui, tai, ta prasme, aš galiu nieko nedaryti, tik tai jam rašyti, ką daryti ir viskas. Ir jisai viską padarys už mane. Nuo A iki Z. Dabar savo kuriuosi tą įrankį automobilį nuomos valdymui. Tai iš esmės jisai jau yra baigtas. Jisai netgi funkcionuoja ir jisai funkcionuoja taip, kad kaip man patinka. Kadangi aš kuriuosi aplink savo verslo įrankį, tai labai visokius tokius niuansus žinau ir prašau, kad padarytų ir kas svarbiausia padaro. Aišku, ten vis dar išlenda vienas kitas kabliukas, kurios reikia pašlifuoti laiks nuo laiko. Dabar jau po biškį pradėsiu kelti informaciją, tai irgi žinau, kad išlys daug tokių visokių, kaip sakyt, bedelių, bet mane tai žavi šitos galimybės ir kaip sakyt, dabar mano fantazija pagaliau gali lietis laisvai. Ir man nebereikia ieškoti kažkokių tai programuotojų už 5000 ar už kiek, kad jie kažką bandytų padaryti. Ir kaip paskui sakyčiau, žinai, biškį gal darom kitaip, nes pamiršau pagalvoti apie tą ir tą ir reikia daryti iš naujo. Toj padarysiu, čia biškį užtruks. Ir tas biškį užtruks, kas įdomiai, kad Klaudas sako, čia koks 3 mėnesių darbas. Sakau, bet tu supras, kad aš nesamdysiu programuotoją, čia sakau, tu darysi. Taip, tai aš su keliais agentais padaryčiau per pusvalandį. Va taip viskas vyksta ir dabar žiūriu, tos agentus pradėjo naudoti. Čia vienu metu vakar netgi 3 agentus pasileidau, kad man tą puslapį pakoreguotų. Tai progresas eina į priekį, aš jau dabar iš tikrųjų su nekantrumu laukiu, kai išeis kažkoks update'as vėl ir ką tada darys. Nors šiaip realiai pats Cloudo appsas vos ne kiekvieną dieną prašo update'us paleisti iš naujo. Tai ten belekai greit tobulėja ir aš jeigu pradžiai bandžiau suintegravėti kažką tai susigaudyti, tai aš tai nieko nesusigaudžiau. Ten plius minus, ten kelis padariau bairiukus, kaip sakant, bet ir tai nelabai supratau, kad tai vyko. Bet kas liečia coworką, tai labai žemiškai, žmogiškai veikia, jeigu niekas neturi patirties ir nežinot, nuo ko pradėti, tai siūlyčiau susimokėtos 20 €. Pradžiai labai gerai, kad coworkas leidžia ten, tarkim, 20-30 minučių kažką daryti intensyviau, jeigu su keliais agentais, o jeigu ramiau, tai ten gali ir valandą laiko žaisti, paskui tau duoda pailsėti 3-4 valandas, per 3-4 valandas grįžta kantrybė, dar padidėti labiau smalsumas ir po 4 valandų jau būni vos ne minutę, kai vėl leidžia daryti kažką. Tai aišku, aš kadangi šitą įrankį kūriausi, tai man tos po 20 € baigėsi labai greit, tai pasiėmė už 200 €, bet dabar matau, kad man būtų užtekę už 100 € to plano, pagal mano, kiek aš čia prisėdu. Bet įdomus dalykas buvo, aš ten turėjau kažkokių stebuklingų nuolaidų, kad man tas 200 planas kainavo ten apie 30 € tikrai pirmą kartą. Tai aš suprantu, man reikia sustabdyti savo registraciją ir susimažinti planą, nes aš naudoju ten 5-10% tik tai pajėgumo su savo užimtumu. Tai va, tai tiek norėjau papasakoti, galbūt kažkas tai...
Čia būtent su coworku, ne su cloud code'u?
Būtent su coworku aš darau, aš nežinau, aš dabar lygiai greičiai bandau dar vieną projektą leisti su cloud code'u, bet jis man ten kol kas, nežinau, dar nesu tikras, ar patiks.
Čia, kaip suprantu, web aplikacija kažkokia, ne?
Tam pačiam cloud desktopo appse yra pasirinkimas viršų chat, coworkas ir kodeks.
Jo, bet, ta prasme, pats kuri čia aplikacija kažkokia.
Jo, pats kuriu aplikaciją savo įrankį, kuriam bus mano visa duomenų bazė, mano valdymas automobilių ir visa kita.
Lokaliai čia, ne? Ar kažkur internete?
Ne, man šitą Fire kokį ten sudėjo. Šiaip irgi, sakau, kur dedam, tai sako, tai čia galim, ten pasitriu, o kai sakau, dedam čia, bet iš esmės jisai man viską siūlo, kur dėt, palauk, sakys. Vercelį sudėjo, kad suprantu.
Ja.
Kol kas dar savo domeną aš turiu, bet dar nepaleidau, nes noriu pažiūrėti, kai veiks. Tada jau žiūrėsiu, kaip čia ką toliau daryti, bet pradžiai patį instrumentą bandau pasidaryti. Ir šiuo momentu jis jau iš esmės funkcionuojantis. Aš jau... Kas įdomiausia, kad aš pasidariau tam web aplikacijai ir irgi dirbtinį intelektą. Ir jisai man... Aš jam tiesiog sakau, ką jis turi padaryti. Užregistruok automobilio nuomą nuo toks ir tos datos. Jisai užregistruoja, pasiūlo iš karto rašyti sąskaitą, jeigu tenais kažkokiam laikotarpiu, tarkim, 5 dienom. Ir viskas automatizuotai veikia iš esmės.
Dariau, smagu girdėti. Aš žinau, kad mes jau tikriausiai vienaip ar kitaip susidurėm porą mėnesių, bent jau dalyvauju vienam kitam susitikime, buvom ir gyvam šitam mastermind'e, tai labai smagu matyti, kad sistemingai judi, žinai, link to, nebuvo taip, kad imuosi to projekto kažkur duobėje ir, gerai, viskas iš šona.
Pradžioj tai buvo. Ir vieną griebį žiūrėti, čipinėti, ir kitą griebį, ir tas pabandai ir nesupranti, bet coworkas būtent davė tą intuityvų, lengvą supratimą, kad tiesiog aš bendrauju, pasakau, jisai ir sprendimus priima ir randa būdus, kaip tai padaryti. Jeigu jisai pats kažko negali padaryti, jisai man detaliai pasako, žiūrėk, atidaryk tą puslapį, paspaus tą mygtuką, padaryk tą, įkopijuok man tekstą, šį pakoreguosiu, įdėsi atgal ir patvirtink, viskas. Taip elementariai viskas vyksta labai fainiai. Tai va, aš baigiau.
Ačiū, Dariau, tai smagu girdėti. Kažkas buvo pasakęs klube, sako, iki AI turėjau 5 nebaigtus projektus, po atėjus AI dabar turiu 25 nebaigtus projektus.
Ne, tai dabar gali turėti 100.
Gerai, Emil, hi, are you ready for a presentation? Sorry, we took a little bit longer with the introductions, but
it's excellent. At least I understand that very, very highly educated, AI-educated crowd is here. From what I understand, how you are using our cloud code and how you are positioning yourself. Yeah, so I think this presentation might be interesting for you guys. Yeah, so a bit about. I think maybe you guys are even more advanced than me. I feel. Anyway, so a bit about myself before I start sharing my screen, or I can actually share my screen already. Just a minute. Yeah. Can you see my screen? Is it visible? And you guys all can hear me well, and I hope you can understand me also. Yeah, if you can't, Google has a wonderful functionality that you can use transcribe to see the text what I'm speaking, so that it will be easier. That's typically what I do.
Yeah, are you able to give us instruction how to turn on? I'm just asking for for audience in case.
Okay, let me quickly check that. Yeah, near the three dots there should be in settings CC. You just put captions and click on it.
Okay.
And you can have it live. And when you click on CC, you have the option to turn on live captions. And once you turn it on, you can hear me. You can see me speak. I mean, literally read. Did everyone catch that, or you want me to share my screen?
Are you able to share the screen? I couldn't find that.
Yeah.
Because as I know, Google just recently launched that thing, isn't it, to kind of share the captions, or it was before?
Okay, let me try to do that quickly.
If you don't mind, yeah.
Okay, stop presenting. I need to share another screen. It will be a screen in a screen, but whatever. There you go. Okay, can you see my screen in a screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's going to be that. So what I do is go to the three dots here and go to settings, and then you have this option to turn on the captions, and then you have this option to turn on live captions. And that's it.
Emil, the CC button is visible instantly. You see, near the hand icon. Yes, that's exactly.
Yeah, that's even better. I go the old school way. That's what shitty corporate taught me. Anyway, so I hope that helps. And let me turn that off for the time being and start sharing the other screen. Okay. So I hope you guys can understand me better. Okay, so a bit about myself, and I think why maybe I'm presenting right today. So I met Davidas quite some time back. Basically, I was, and I'm still consulting a few firms, all the way from mid-size enterprises as well as small startups. Mostly, I'm consulting these companies based on operations and delivery, as well as revenue capture. So these are the main key areas that I'm working with them on. And as part of this, I have been also working with quite a few AI-based startups based out of US specifically. And also I was working in the highly regulated space where actually privacy matters, even in the US. I would say in Europe it matters most. So my latest project was with Oak Trees Technologies from and they made this AI called Sonidor AI, where the data was used from the Mayo Clinic, if you guys are familiar with that, and also Smith and Nephews. And that was actually acquired, that Sonidor AI was an open source AI acquired by one of the, I can say in very, nice terms, one of the big German companies starting with S. Yeah, so that was one of the biggest, exits that I have had as part of consulting. And right now I'm working with a company that is based out of in Europe fully, but funded by Dubai. So I'm working with Ask Diana. That is a fully private AI kind of solution. So that brings me to actually speaking about why I thought it makes sense for me to even work in such a company, and why it makes sense, overall. Why should AI be even private? We all have these questions. And recently, I think many of the answers were, brought to light with the EU AI Act, where a lot of AI agents, companies are going mad. If you can if you can get the drift of things, that's a whole debate in itself. So basically, what I will be speaking about is actually how easy it is to have private AI, and how to actually not just have the AI on your system or on your server, but the architecture that typically it needs to follow to actually get proper results. So that is what I'm going to be trying to cover in this short time. So this is going to be a presentation about that. Plus, if we have some time, I can show you how this Ask Diana, the private AI platform is. And for those who would want to use it, I can give you access to that. So these are the main things that I want to cover in this presentation. So if anyone has any doubts during the presentation, please feel free to raise your hand. I think that was a very good exercise before this presentation start that David just did, So likewise, you can do it during the presentation, and I would be really happy to quickly pause and take that, or towards the end of the meeting. Totally up to you guys. Okay, so this is something that I put together, and let's see how it goes. So right now, I heard a lot of us already using AI, so it's not we don't need to go through the definitions of what AI is and etc. So lots of stuff all the way from Claude, GPT, all the common tools that we already know about. So what is the difference then? What is it that, and why does it matter? Because right now we have all, maybe I assume that we have businesses and we use AI by ourselves, or our employees are using it. Maybe our developers are using it. That's fine. But what does it mean implementing AI for a business use case? So what it actually means is it's not same as individuals using it to get quick summaries, or get a few texts or make ourselves sound a bit intelligent, but rather put the key metrics in the business context itself, which means business data is shared, business even secrets maybe, or operational or strategic positioning of any business, can be small or big, are actually threaded through this AI in order to provide the business intelligence that we actually need. So things that maybe we have not seen, the insights that we would need to have. So that is different from individuals using AI on their own. So my point today is that the public tools are not bad. They are super helpful, and I don't need to explain how helpful they are. But the movement from AI, from personal productivity into business infrastructure, is the key question that I'm trying to kind of answer today. So it's not longer AI. Can AI answer? That's not the question. It's more like, can the business trust, control, verify, and govern the answer that this AI provides? So that is the whole shift between the typical use case that we are having as compared to a business use case. And I will provide the references. All of the texts and the presentations will be provided. David, I've shared it with you, so each of us can go and check the main content, the research articles, etc. if you guys are interested. So yeah, moving on to the next slide. Yeah, so what is the yeah, there you go. Yeah, so what is now the difference? So many companies, even in Lithuania, I spoke with quite a few, including Seb, Swed, also a few big companies. So they all have their AI units. They have been already experimenting with AI implementation. Some of them had pauses, and some of them stalled. And I'm like, why did this happen? Why did this AI experiment from individual productivity tools to ad hoc AI prompts, so how did it kind of stall? So first reason is the data is quite scattered. It's all over the place, it's across ERP, CRMs, emails, folders. Maybe you guys have SharePoints, cloud, or even on local servers, however it may be, not indexed, spreadsheets, proposals. So I just named a few totally out of my head. So that's the number one reason. Number two, the lack of trust that, my mouse is very sensitive. It just goes all over the place. Yeah. So lack of two is the trust boundary. When sensitive business data moves to outside tools, for example, our internet-based GPT or Claude code or Claude as a whole, there is a very high sensitivity that businesses, they don't want certain information to go. What I've noticed is right now some people anonymize the information, try to get it. But funny thing is that GPT knows who you are. They kind of know where you work, even by mistake, because we don't know what all and how we speak with the open systems. So they assume a lot of things which kind of actually can become or accumulated intel and business intelligence that, if asked correctly by a competitor, can actually make sense. So this is something that even the Harvard Business Review has tried out, and the EU AI Act has established core purpose based on this, and not anytime soon these big models are going to establish proper framework, even though their servers are in Europe. But as long as the core AI engine needs to be fed information, this information can be accessible to people who are not supposed to have. So that is the funny thing about this. So there is still a lack of trust boundary that exists. And these enterprises or businesses, they just stop using it. They say, hey, don't use it. That's it. And I've seen many Lithuanian companies fall in the same category. The third reason is these answers, they are not auditable, which means we don't know if the AI made these answers from some other information just to make it sound good, or it took the information exactly from the data that the company has. It's not, we can't possibly know that, and that is, this data sometimes you can't present it unless you cross-verify it, and so you can't basically audit this. The fourth reason is the lack of integration. So there are many pilots, it all works. They install private AI and especially even Copilot works pretty okay. But what happens is how it actually integrates with the workflow. It's not done well, So still people use it like a chatbot, and that is typically so companies spend a lot of money, and they basically do not work for us. It just that we have to learn or teach ourselves to use the basic functionalities. And so these are all the main problems why the AI experiments in these big companies are failing. So there are 4 dimensions in the trust gap. Okay, so for business leaders, the trust gap is practically as seen on the slide. The first one is privacy. Who sees this? Second, the accuracy. Can we actually verify the answer, how can we have it verified? So do we need to have another AI to verify the answer? That becomes a funny paradigm in this case. So the third, control. So how can the company enforce policy? For example, can legal documents be visible only to legal teams, or can the HR teams have it? Or companies have various departments, right? So for example, you're a normal employee, and the HR documents are also integrated into the private AI system. So the normal employee can pretty much ask, hey, how much is my colleague getting salary? So that is, and the AI sometimes he will say, it is not information that is you are supposed to know, but typically this dude, he gets this much salary. Yeah. So that is something that I don't think companies or any business owners will want to have. Yeah. So that is as far as control goes, and then continuity. So if we have, and it's very difficult to acquire open source AIs and program them according to our company's status quo in this case. So typically, what I've seen, companies are just onboarding 1 or 2 or maybe 3 AI models, and then you're locked in, you're vendor locked in. You don't know what else to do. For example, GPT, I'm just giving you an example, and it's totally hypothetical. So GPT is banned in Europe, for example, because of XYZ reasons. So now all what you have invested in the open model, you cannot use, because the regulation says that you cannot use that AI model. So, and if we move to, for example, if you move to the other open models that are installed on premise, maybe you have not trained them as effectively as you have trained AI or the GPT on your existing data, or created the knowledge graphs. So there's a huge loss that can happen in case this situation happens. So these are the main reasons what I see in Lithuania, that why like easy way, like, hey, we don't want AI, just put some employees and make them work. So this is typically what I noticed. Yeah. So next I will be going to the practical definition of what private AI is. So everyone might be thinking private AI is just AI that you install on your private server. Well, that is obviously the case, but it's too narrow definition. So private AI actually means that the company data, access rights, reasoning, context, prompts, logs, and the model orchestration, and these are all governed under the company security and compliance boundaries. So because now typically from mid-sized companies, they have to do the security audit, NIS2, or if they're in healthcare, they have to follow the EU MDR code of conduct, etc. So it needs to follow these security aspects as far as and the governance aspects within these companies. Okay, so there are 3 practical parts how private AI is defined. First, the data and the control. So the company can choose what kind of infrastructure that they have. Is it cloud or on-premise, hybrid, or even sovereign hosting, depending on the risk profile. So depends on what type of company it is. They can choose what type of private servers that they would like to onboard their data onto. Then number 2 is like the context. What kind of AI should be like? Is it generic for memory, or is it that it should answer from authority of internal knowledge, policies, contracts, CRM data, ERP data, approved documents, structured records, etc. So the context of where the AI should be positioned should be also clear. Yeah, you can just put AI and say, hey, do stuff, So like typically what we noticed, claims of many Lithuanian and also other European AI agents establishments. Yeah, so that is number 2. Number 3, the outputs should be traceable. The system should show sources, retrieval paths, model behaviors, access rights, logs, etc. So which means if you ask or you want the AI to provide you certain details, such as a report or such as creating a proposal or creating slides or even writing an email. So, for example, now you want to create a report and turn that into an email. So the report can be the financial report. You are the, say, a CFO of the company, okay? And now you want to get a financial report. You have all the data, and basically you kind of ask pretty much in normal way that, hey, I need the financial report for XYZ quarter positioned in this, plus I need exact forecast based on XYZ reasons. So now the AI will generate the report, and the report should consist, number one, the sources. So from where did they take this information should be mentioned in the AI report. Number two, from which all repositories that it has been fetched. So maybe some repositories cannot be or need not be accessed. For example, if it was not like a senior CFO asked this question, it was maybe just a financial auditor, then sometimes decision-making data need not be included in the forecast, revenue sheet. So this is the access control or traceability aspect that needs to be involved in the output of the sources. Okay. So, and also private AI is not only about technology decisions, but it's also about the governance model and how AI interacts with the company's intelligence. So yeah, so these are the main definitions and what private AI should do, and that's how and what companies should think about while implementing private AI. Oops. Yeah, so now you guys might be thinking, and especially seen this among a lot of our Lithuanian friends, when we think about private AI, we think, just the large enterprises, like if I'm from some unicorn or like Winter or something, we need to have a private AI or something like this. No, it's far from that. Actually, that is what even we are advocating. Even small companies, and you might ask why. In short, private AI is not as expensive as you think, like directly. And we can talk about that in details, but private AI is super easy, accessible, and as far as you have the right partner and infrastructure. So that is like in Lithuanian way that I typically answer. And now when you're talking about from an infrastructure way, so why small, medium businesses need private AI? So the risk and speed without leakage, which means small companies, they have a lot of founder-led knowledge. That's the reason why they even exist. And many of this data, if not handled correctly, such as the knowledge, the customer records, proposals, contracts, pricing information, knowledge. So this can be not in right way, and not only that, it needs to be accessed quite fast. And also, for example, in small businesses, one person does a lot of things, it's like impossible that you can, you can actually do everything without help. But typically once we start, we need to wear quite a few hats, and that's where we need the help of AI. And it needs to be private, I would say, to a certain extent, especially when you're working with interesting ideas. So that is one for the smalls and the small SMEs and also the startups. For mid-sized companies, the problem is becomes repeatable, like similar to the small companies, but they have more departments, more systems. Then there is this aspect of permission layers, where one department maybe cannot access or shouldn't be able to access documentation from the other department. So or vice versa, which means they need to select what kind of documents should be accessible by whom. So the access control and privacy systems becomes more relevant and complex for mid-sized companies for their decision making. So typically, they would definitely benefit from the private AI infrastructure, and of course, enterprises. So they need to have scaling the mid-sized company. They need to have bigger audits. They need to have risk committees, legal obligations, etc. So the thing is that private AI is not just an enterprise-only toy. It's not a toy for just the enterprises, but rather it's a AI that can be used as a personal assistant even from very early stages, and it is actually possible. Vladimir. Yeah, I see your hand. Please go ahead.
Thanks, Emil. Just a quick question. So we mainly hear from small startups. So what would be the framework? How the small startup could use this? How could we start with this private AI? Just give some ideas. Thank you.
Definitely. So the easiest way is okay. So I will take you through the whole process. By the end of the slide, you will kind of understand what kind of infrastructure you need to have. But the easiest way is to have private AI partners, and maybe we would be able to help you. So in long story short, it's like, that is the easiest way. But towards the end, you will understand that what is the infrastructure that you need to have if you want to make your own, or what kind of AI models that you need to have in order to run your fully private AI enabled organization. So this is going to be the end result of this presentation. Or otherwise, just have reliable EU-based or Lithuanian partners. So who will provide you this infrastructure, which is not at all expensive, I would say. If it is just giving you ballparks from what I see in the market, it's just like per month, we are talking about say 4 users and 100 euros per month. That's it. So it's as cheap as that, So just I'll be happy to talk more about it towards the end. Did that kind of, I didn't answer the question, but did it make you feel a bit more comfortable where you're at?
Yes. Proceed. Thanks. We'll figure out by the end.
Yeah, we will figure out together. Yeah, thanks. Okay, so Paulina, you have a question, I see.
Paulina, negirdim jūsų mikrofonas išjungtas.
Taip, ačiū. Hi, Emil. A question for me. So it's going a little bit slow, to be honest, the presentation to my liking. I wish to press the 2x button. Okay, so I asked AI, what is private AI, to explain to me how it would apply to me. And what it said about Ask Diana is that you are where I would put all the knowledge from my business, and then the AI agent would pull it, right? Isn't it the same what Notebook LM does? Is it similar to that idea or not really? It's more like a server that runs on our own machine that's isolated, that's only used for the team only. Like, what's the difference here between these platforms?
Yeah, thanks, Paulina, for asking. And good suggestion about the 2x. I think I'm going to go faster. Yeah. So the thing is that there's a huge difference. So Notebook AI is, and it's an LLM that connects to the public LLM servers. So it's the same thing as using GPT as your notebook, or even Gemini or other widely used LLMs. So the thing is, what is different as compared to Ask Diana is we have a set of 14 LLMs that provide a consciousness model, which means when you have any query, it runs through 14 LLMs, and there is a value proposition that comes out of that, and that is provided to you. So in case you run an instance with our Ask Diana system, those 14 LLMs are fully private for you. It will not join with our, I don't know, unified body of LLM knowledge and act accordingly. So those LLMs will be totally for yours, even if it is on the cloud space that we provide, or if it is fully on-premise that you would like to have, then that's also totally possible and in a very easy way. So this is
and also
totally
the models
different.
are not the same like these commercial models, right? These are some kind of, I don't know, other Chinese models, are they?
No, these models are open source models, because we wouldn't want to kind of create, or I mean, we don't need to redesign the wheel when it's working best. What we need to design more is the aspect of purely the aspect of privacy and how it works. So the thing is that why privacy is not working well right now is the body of knowledge that what we are providing, it goes and unifies with the systemic body of knowledge to improve itself, the AI, through its learning models. And that is what we assume, and we think we don't actually need that. We need that LLM to learn within the scope of your company only, not about, we don't need to know about the competitor, we don't need to know about anything else. And so does also, we want to make sure that our information doesn't go to someone else. So how do we do that? We use a tunnel methodology where these models are just trained on your own data, and it provides the best answer per the query, per what job needs to be done.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just concerned with the data privacy here for a moment.
Yeah.
If it's your biggest offer to have a data private, but then the model is using it for training and then potentially reusing it.
Yeah, this model, what we give, it's just for you. We don't have access to that model. So the training, everything, it's happening with the basic principles of AI modeling, which will be with you. Means if it runs on your server, it runs with you. If it runs on your cloud space in our server, it's still isolated for your data. And again, we have the documentation, very, very clear documentation, how it is working and how it's implemented. So that's not a problem. Plus, it can be also from your cloud data, maybe on AWS or from Google or from wherever, basically.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, Martin, go ahead.
Hi, you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, so my question is a little bit, maybe not strange. When we're talking about the privacy, I hear here a threesome. Sorry for the expression, but this is how I see, like, you are coming also in there. Maybe I didn't understand who is your target market or who are your clients. Maybe they don't have internal AI managers who understand that and etc. And they cannot set up that infrastructure for themselves. But I'm just not sure why I need to put the third party into the private funnel. So this is my concern, like why? And other question is how you are different from, for example, Nexus AI, also from Lithuania. So.
Very, very interesting questions. I can answer this in short. So, for example, most of the companies that we are talking to already have AI managers, but they are not able to progress their infrastructure well enough to adapt to the AI still. So these AI managers, for example, I spoke with a few companies. I will say specifically in the real estate management space. Okay, and they have AI managers, and they're big companies. So they have been having AI manager for like 2 years, but still employees are not able to use AI. They are just using a version of Copilot, which is basically not, they don't get any of the benefits that typical AI is able to provide, what we know about. So what we are able to do is pretty much provide them the already successful model, because we have this knowledge layer, We have this access ability to scroll and fetch and create the map very effectively, plus using of multiple LLMs, which reduces the hallucination. Of course, I cannot say that it's going to take away the hallucination completely. That means it's going to take away the whole purpose of what AI is. Yeah. So it will reduce the hallucinations to very, very, very minimal level because it has consciousness ranking, which means it shows what source it is from, etc., etc. So these all are already prepared. So if from a data engineering perspective, the company wants to shift quickly to an AI management perspective, it's going to be way cheaper for them. So yeah, these AI, the guys whom I'm speaking they are very interested with this idea because they can actually budget accordingly, quite less in this case, quite a lot less from what they are budgeting right now. So that is number one. Number two, regarding Nexus AI, I've been speaking with those guys. It's very interesting situation. They got 30 million euros in funding. I'm speaking with guys from within the company. I see what's happening. They are positioning themselves as agentic AI, means AI that solves particular problems. But again, I'm not 100% sure how they are. Because I haven't seen proper products from their side. Like they say they will make the products. Products are underway, but I'm not fully convinced that the products are 100% functional and rolled out in many ways. So I cannot comment fully on things that I don't see and I don't know about. At this, maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just me that I don't know. Of course, it might be there, but I also hear about inside information how some of the metrics and processes are going, and it will take some more time for them to hit market hard. So agentic AI, they are too early stage, I would say, as a product, and I really wish them the best. They have a lot of things to do, and also they are coming from founders that have already a unicorn, so they know how to make things right, I would say. Yeah, so that's from my point. Did that help you out a bit, Martin? I was sorry being a little bit diplomatic.
It's okay. I just want to listen for the opinion. For the first question, for me, it sounds like the companies you're working with, they have a HR problem, not an AI problem, and they just need to fire those people, and that's it, and hire the right ones. So it's not AI problem. Second one, I never heard what Nexus is, agentic platform. It's more like a layer for the security issues, so privacy issues and etc. So, but I cannot comment on this. But yeah, it's more. I got more questions than answers currently. But thanks.
Yeah, happy to take them after the call if you would like, and because.
Anyway, I will do my homework. I like to compare tools and different solutions. So, thanks.
Got it. Okay, so final question from Darius.
Thanks, Emil. Great presentation. Appreciate your time. I have a couple of things, and I think this solution is important. And I have a similar problem. I'm using Claude and ChatGPT, and then sometimes I put information in those two models, which could be regarded as sensitive, and I really don't want that information would leak one way or another way. So could you give us, and I think not only for me, but for the rest of the crew here, that would be beneficial to understand what would be the tips and tricks to minimize that, and what can we do to prevent such information leaking to the third parties or whatever. We haven't heard that many. Those organizations are big, but you never know. So appreciate your thoughts on that.
Yeah, my thoughts on that is simple, because right now, for myself, I'm not using any public AI for the company or business perspective. That is because not only it, the perspective, we don't know. Sometimes it goes, sometimes it doesn't go. There is no clear documentation. That's the whole problem. They do not clearly tell us how the AI assimilates the data and provides us the answers. So because of that, I do not personally provide any company strategy or even thoughts regarding operations or strategic positioning, what kind of clients we need, etc., or target kind of places where we plan to go, or any kind of proprietary information, finances. I do not share it with any of these public AIs. Before joining Ask Diana, I used on-premise DeepSeek for myself on my Mac Mini, but I noticed that there were a lot of hallucinations. Once you take it off the internet, it starts, it starts dreaming. Like if you ask it some things, it by the end of the third conversation, it starts giving you something else, totally. And then I realized that my infrastructure, how I put it, was not good way, because again, I'm not an engineer. So I spoke with a few of my friends who are quite big experts, and they explained me the reason why it was not like this. Because again, the guardrails, I did not establish the guardrails very well, and it's a very huge task to establish guardrails if you're just having or using one AI or even two AIs, but not them working together. So the long story short is, I started searching in different way, which means if I need information, I search for it through GPT, through Gemini, through Claude, and try to make sense of that information, and then kind of make concises regarding strategy myself. That's what I used to do. But right now, because now I have access to Ask Diana's private AI infrastructure, I put the documentation, everything required in this AI space, and things have become much easier for me. Again, if you need access to this, I can just help you with it. Yeah, go ahead, Darius.
No, it's good answers, but I'm thinking about Claude Excel now. Probably you've heard that they have integration with Excel. So let's say you're working with your information, and then you run some prompts, and then we get the answers back. So again, one way or another, most likely information goes back to Claude HQ, right? And then if you pay, you might opt not to teach the models and things like that, and that's fine as well. But since it's based in the US, and I'm wondering, could it be that later on, that information would be leaked somewhere, and I don't want to end up with my information be out in internet. So the two questions there. So what one would do in that situation, not to kind of course you can minimize the exposure, etc., but then it impedes your work. So how do you deal with that? And then is your solution, is some private AI, is it offering that type of kind of security in order to prevent information leakage? And then, so basically two questions from my side back.
Okay, thanks, Darius. So number one question, yes, and again, yes, 2 times, in a way that you said that there is a toggle button that you can turn on. Yeah, I've seen that toggle button. But funny fact, there is no documentation regarding that toggle button, like what it actually does. It says that it's not going to go back to but there is no documentation showing that it does not go. That is why these guys are a bit scared about the EU AI Act. And specifically, I don't know if your data will be leaked. See, for example, your data is not going to be leaked unless someone asks for it. So if somebody specifically asks again, not the name context, but rather what you're doing from in a rather smart way. And again, if you are quite kind of big enough or innovative enough to add actually a proper dent to the body of knowledge wherever you're working with or whatever you're doing, then it can become a problem. Or otherwise, if you're just working totally with general things, like, hey, I need this specifications. Okay, what specifications or what do I need to build the latest Raspberry Pi using Raspberry Pi, one IoT device? You need to make it. The information that the AI has is that, okay, you may be making something, but they still don't know what, or they can assume what you're making, but it doesn't make a big sense unless, like, there is some very sensitive data that is going to affect you from the financial projections perspective, and somebody specifically asks regarding your business about it, that can actually means the AI can give information that might represent your, proprietary data. This can be done because there is no documentation that says it will not be done. Okay, so that is number one. Number two, regarding our AI, it specifically works with only your data, the data you provide, what is in your documents. It's not trying to imagine or fetch documents that are there in the internet. So this basically, whatever sensitive information should run through this. I would also say that you should not stop using the public data. So AI models, where you can actually get a lot of information from the internet, from the whole big body of knowledge what the internet can provide. Definitely you need to have access to that. But how you manage it with our proprietary data, which is of the company or other things, should be done in a clever way. So that is my suggestion and recommendation. Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, to a certain degree. I appreciate your answers, Emil. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, so I think I'll go quickly forward because let me take one of our colleagues' suggestion and go maybe 5x, not 2x. Okay, so let me do that. Okay, so there you go. So from the private data, okay, so this slide is more about what kind of infrastructure the business should have before the AI actually exists. So I will give you the framework of all of these things in reading. So for reading, so you will be able to understand better. So the main areas that companies should have at least a visual imagination of how their data is. They need to have the privacy boundary, what kind of data and how and where it should exist, which teams, who should have in our company access to which data, the unified knowledge layer. So basically how this data is connected and where. So some people are using like cloud platforms, some people are using the backend systems of Kubernetes or some huge Linux systems. So that is fine, but you need to have knowledge of what is that. So basically what kind of model and orchestration that you need to have if you are again using what kind of AI. So you can use some open AI sources in the beginning, but you need to kind of choose what is that you would like to have based on what is available and how it interacts with each other. So there was this question earlier. So anyways, and then the fourth layer is how we are going to verify the answers that this AI is giving about our business. There should be an answer to that too. And finally, it needs to have the governance by design, means who, what, how needs to access the information using the AI, what kind of permissions, what auditing, what kind of human approvals are needed, etc. Yeah, so the architecture typically for trusted AI use basically is from the sources, then the security access, then retrieval context, so how it is retrieved, then the multi-layered model. So I would definitely recommend not using only one AI model for your retrieval process. It's going to be a huge Achilles heel. This I experienced myself with the DeepSeek, as I said, because we cannot. It's very difficult to rely on the answers. So it should be at least model with three private means on-premise LLMs that provide systemic answers. That is my recommendation. Lucas is asking a question. Let me read that. Any big player, Anthropic, Open, or Google, AI API that would use for implementation in your private projects does not capture or this is a very good question, and one of our clients asked this. The API is basically how an API works is it's a point to call for the LLM within the context. So instead of having a chatbot, you're just calling or deriving the LLM to directly input or provide its functionality in a different setting. So the same privacy concerns exist even with APIs. So, and if that was the question, Lucas, you can put a thumbs up if it answered anything. Okay, cool. And the second thing is jumping on AI train together with us. We can look at each other. Yeah, absolutely. So after this call, I'll definitely be able to catch up with you if I understood you correctly. Sorry, can't speak family. Good job. Okay, so moving on to the slide of how AI models are. Okay, so you might be kind of thinking, okay, private AI should be private, like totally isolated. So there are different ways of deploying the private AI. So it can be on-prem. I think this information pretty much we kind of understand. So is it on-prem, on cloud, or hybrid? Basically, that's typically what I've seen companies do, because I don't know a lot of companies in Lithuania at least having just on-prem solutions, even the banks. Totally, and also in sovereign EU service. So it is like kind of cloud, but within data areas that within the EU region. So basically, our servers are similar. Our servers are sovereign EU servers. Everything is based in EU. Right now, they are based in Germany, ASDN's servers. And as per the client's requirement, we are also speaking with server companies and providers in Lithuania. So just FYI. Yeah, so the next thing is the reliability section. So this is something that what I was speaking about, the multi-LLM algorithm and how you implement it. So how we have done it is right now we are using it's a collaboration between 14 LLMs. Some of the LLMs these LLMs are good at different things. Some of them are really good at analytic work. Some of them are really good at design aspects, production of text, etc. So based on what kind of query is applied, a few of the LLMs are triggered, and out of this, what is triggered, we are having a consciousness model, which means again, this is it depends on two type of our clients. In Astena's case, some of our clients want to just select the best answers from these LLMs and present them, not a combination of them. But some clients, they feel that combination of certain LLMs, the answers that they provide, gives a better image or represents what they want better. So we are enabling that. So yeah, so typically what I recommend clients is take one answer. Combining sometimes doesn't give gives proper reasoning, etc. So that's my recommendation. So this is the basic architecture, how we think the LLM should form within the organization. Yeah, so the next slide is about integration, how it should be works and what happens. So this is kind of the main slide, like how you integrate it and how it connects to the real system, not just the chat box. So there are various ways how to do that. For example, it's not about just asking the generic model what changes in the customer churn, and basically it gives you a lot of answers. So what we actually need is the answers, of course. It needs to be retrieved from the source of data that the company has, maybe from the CRM systems, from the customer support notes, from accounting history, etc. So the sources should be done clearly. The access rights. So depending on who is asking this, there should be clear access, retrieval form the AI should follow based on the user that is within the company that is trying to retrieve this data. So it should come in this methodology, not as a simple chatbot answer. And this typically can be achieved just with the multi-LLM modeling. Okay, so the next slide is what is the difference between a demo and deployment, right? So you might see the same thing with us. In the demo environment, of course, some of the functionalities of typical first level privacy cleared AI can be done or can be utilized by small businesses within our cloud framework. But when it goes to full on-prem or on-cloud companies, on-cloud functionality, the access control is totally different in many ways and many senses. So basically, these are the 4 categories that actually distinguishes between, okay, what's a demo utilization as compared to what is the deployment. Okay, and from the from the deployment pathway. So now basically this is something that you can do with your own AI. So this is a plan that I kind of provided to one small company that they can implement their own private AI within 90 days planning engine. So in the first 30 days, they should focus on on defining the use cases, success criteria, the risk, and the owners for the data classification. So these are the within the first 30 days, this aspect should be defined. From days 30 to 60, they should be able to connect the sources to build access control and start testing with the real data boundaries. So that's where at this stage we can say that it's more of a pilot stage, becomes more realistic because you start seeing how the integration is happening, what kind of data is getting, etc. And from day 61 to 90, I would say that the deployment should be company-wide, where the real users are started using the efficiency measure, tracking of events, basically verification of answers, and deciding whether to scale or pause or even redesign should be made. And the thing is that the message is the important message is sequencing. Companies should move fast, but they should not skip the risk and proofing methodology. So these are the few questions that you can ask after the 90-day AI pilot, you can say. So number 1, can it actually save time? Can it improve? Number 2, can it improve decision making? Can it actually operate safely? And can it actually help scale the business? So these are the major questions that needs to be strategically answered after the implementation 90-day path. And also while implementing, again, this is more for, I would say, medium scale companies, not for startups, but nevertheless, there is a strategy in operations, how it needs to be deployed. That is, first should be like ops AI, where finance, HR, IT. So basically, these are the easy areas that it can be implemented. These are often have low risks of internal workflows and clear efficiency opportunities, which means the boundaries of knowledge where it should go are very clear in most of the companies, so they are very easy to implement. Okay, so number one is this. The second is in the CX, the customer experience and AI. So this is where AI can help with faster responses, routing, customer history, support, etc. So the aim is not to the cost reduction, but better engagement. So the AI can be also accessed by our customers as chat agents. So this is typically, but this is slightly more complicated, and there are a lot of companies, Lithuanian companies, providing this service already as standalone service. And the third one is revenue AI, which means it's more on the strategic layer, where sales, revenue operations, account management, decision making, and support. So this is the highest level, I would say, where you should kind of at this stage, I would say that unless it is really private AI, I wouldn't recommend taking the RevOps actions using any AI. It's better to do it yourself. But once the private AI is implemented and it efficiently works, this should be the last layer, and actually quite beneficial layer that AI is implemented in the company. Yeah, so that actually brings to the one of the last slides actually in my presentation. That is, so the message is I want to close with this: trusted AI is built with kind of trusted partners. It's always the best way and the easiest way to implement private AI. And companies that win with AI are not the ones that simply use most of the tools or something like this, but rather they are the ones who are have actual control over their data, understand their workflows, manage the risks, which are always there, built in AI, and that helps to have a business in the responsible way. So that is the final, word what I have on my presentation. There are references. I will give you. I'll be sending you this. I hope I could have been more elaborate, but the questions were way better than my elaborate presentation, I would say. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Emil, for presentation. The time is really kind of, pressuring us. We have like 1 hour and a half meeting, so that was good engagement, isn't it, from the audience as well? People ask questions, so that's great. Any last question, or maybe some remarks or some kind of things you wanted to mention? Ask something, Emil. Yes, Giedrius, please.
Yes, I say very extensive presentation and very good idea what I got from this reducing the hallucinations, like having a consortium of AIs. Very nice. But I think what I lack from this presentation is some sort of examples or demos, which could really illustrate the points you were saying.
Yeah, that is really good. And actually, I had planned the demos for this meeting. It's just that we ran out of time. If what do you say?
Maybe next time then.
If David is permits, next time I think I can give a quick demo. I don't think it's going to take more than 15 to 20 minutes. So I can take you through what actually a private AI looks like. What are the areas of operations that it has, and maybe if you want to make your own private AI, you can do that yourself. So I would be able to walk you through next time, if that makes sense.
Sure, that's a great idea. I think, if you can represent for 10-15 minutes, maybe next time we'll see, of the schedule, so somehow we can figure it out. And in case anyone else has a question, Emil, I think you're on a group chat, isn't it? So just drop a message as well. When we upload the video in YouTube, I add your contact details. So in case anyone wants to talk or get in touch with Emil, feel free to do so.
Yeah, so quick thing, easy way to connect with me is on Facebook, or I would suggest on LinkedIn. You can just type my name and you can find me there. You can see what I'm doing. Also, if you want access, we are giving free access to the AI to just see how you can use it, and maybe upload your documents and see how it works. And again, it follows all the principles of private AI. So if you're interested, just hit me up on LinkedIn, and I can tell you how to get a free access to it. And if you would like to use the model, so we are also just providing the we call it Genius 2 engine. So without all the fuss, all the UX UI stuff, you just get the engine, plug it in your system, and it works basically on your premise or on your cloud. So if you're interested to do that, that's also something that I can help with in the easiest way possible. So if you have any questions, I first of all, I totally recommend you to connect with me on LinkedIn and write me there, and I'll be more than happy to help. Yeah.
So thank you very much, Emil. Thank you all for being such a late on Tuesday evening. Good to see you, and then let's catch up next week, or in case something else, just communicate over the messages or chats, and have a good rest of the week. See you around.
Okay, thanks for having me. Bye-bye.